Hey, good morning, second grade. We are ready for reading, and you're going to need a couple of things to be able to do your reading today. So, you have a piece of construction paper in your folder. It doesn't matter what color it is. You're going to need that, okay? You're going to need your reading page that was stuffed inside your construction paper, okay? You're going to need some scissors, and you're going to need some glue. So that's what we're going to use today for reading. So make sure you have all of your things. And what we're going to be doing today for reading is we're going to read a story, and then we need to put it in order. We're going to sequence it. Sequence means to put it in the order that it should go, so it makes sense. So it starts at the beginning, it has a middle, and then it has an end. Okay, and that's what we have. We have 3 boxes here. One of them's the beginning, one of them's the middle, one of them's the end. And then we have pictures that are going to go along with it. And then we have some words that we're going to glue also. Okay, so what I'm going to ask you to do first thing, can you cut on the dotted lines? Okay, so there's 3 dotted lines that you're going to cut across. Okay, and you'll end up with 4 pieces of paper when you finish cutting. Here's one piece. It looks like this. I didn't cut it out. I just cut on the dotted lines. Here's another one. And then here's my last one that I cut out on the dotted lines. So I cut them apart on the dotted lines. Cut on the dotted lines. Yep, you're right. So get them all cut across on the dotted lines. And then we're going to read the sections. I'll read the sections, and we need to decide, is that the beginning of the story? Is that the middle of the story? Or is that the end of the story? Okay, you also have this one here left that has the pictures and the words. We're not going to cut the pictures and the words apart yet. We're only going to work with these 3 big pieces that we cut apart. Okay? We're going to work with the big pieces that we cut apart first. Okay? So, get those cut apart. And then on your paper, please hold your paper long ways. Not this way, but hold it long ways, okay? That's the way we're going to glue. We're going to glue it long ways. Okay? And I'm going to help you today and do this. So, Josephine's here working with me, and she's getting hers cut out. So let's get yours. She's getting hers all cut out. She's got it cut apart now. All right. So, I want you to listen as I read. And we're going to decide which one of these would be the beginning of the story. Okay, here's one of them. It says, "Suddenly, a black bird with an orange beak came into the witch's kitchen. The witch saw it and started to follow it. She used her magical powers on the bird, but she failed." Now, I don't know if that's the beginning yet or not. I'm going to read another one. "It was a dark and scary night, and a beautiful witch was making a new potion in her kitchen. The only ingredient she needed was a bird's green eye." And then the third part reads, "The bird started to fly as fast as it could and went away. The poor witch sat on a rock and started to cry because she couldn't finish her new potion." So, we got to think about this. Which one would come first? The bird flying away? It was dark and scary night. It was a dark and scary night. Or a bird with an orange beak came to the kitchen window. Which would go first? The bird flew away. It was a dark and scary night. Or the black bird with an orange beak came. Which would go first? We're looking at the words. Which would go first? Yeah, it was a dark and scary night. So find the one that says it was a dark and scary night. Okay? A beautiful witch was making a new potion in her kitchen. The only ingredient she needed was a bird's green eye. So we're going to glue this one to the top of your page. Okay? So let me show you. I'm going to put some glue on my paper. Okay? And then I'm going to glue it at the top of my page. Just like that. Okay? I'm not going to put it all the way at the top because we're going to put the title of the story up there too. So that's the one that goes at the top of the page. It was a dark and scary night. They're telling us. They're setting up the story. They're telling us what kind of a night it was. Okay? And it tells us she needed a bird's green eye. Okay, so she's looking for something. So this is the very beginning of our story. So, which would come next? The bird started to fly fast as it could and went away, or suddenly a blackbird with an orange beak came into the kitchen window. Which one would come next? Yeah, I think it's this one. The bird comes. The bird has to come before the bird can fly away, right? Yeah, so suddenly a blackbird with an orange beak came into the witch's kitchen. The witch saw it and started to follow it. She used her magical powers on the bird, but she failed. So that would be our second one. So let's put some glue on that second one. Okay, on that second one that says, suddenly a blackbird with an orange beak came into the kitchen's window. So now my paper looks like this. I have two parts of my story. Okay? So this is what the story says so far. It was a dark and scary night, and a beautiful witch was making a new potion in her kitchen. The only ingredient she needed was a bird's green eye. Suddenly, a black bird with an orange beak came into the witch's kitchen. The witch saw it and started to follow it. She used her magical powers on the bird, but she failed. Then we have our last part, the part that we haven't glued on yet. And it says, the bird started to fly as fast as it could and went away. The poor witch sat on a rock and started to cry because she couldn't finish her new potion. So that's the end of our story. Okay? That one goes last. That's the one that goes last. Okay? Okay. Oh, I'm going to read the whole story through. It was a dark and scary night, and a beautiful witch was making a new potion in her kitchen. The only ingredient she needed was a bird's green eye. Suddenly, a black bird with an orange beak came into the witch's kitchen. The witch saw it and started to follow it. She used her magical powers on the bird, but she failed. The bird started to fly as fast as it could and went away. The poor witch sat on a rock and started to cry because she couldn't finish her new potion. Okay, now we get to add our pictures. So let's get our pictures. Okay, I want you to cut out just the 3 pictures. Don't cut those words. Just the 3 pictures. Okay, so you're going to cut around them. And we're going to cut out just those 3 pictures. Just the 3 pictures. So I have my 3 pictures cut out. Like you have your 3 pictures cut out. Okay? And now we have to decide which picture goes with which part of the story. Which picture goes with which part of the story? Okay? So, it was a dark and scary night. A beautiful witch was making a new potion in her kitchen. The only ingredient she needed was a bird's green eye. Which picture do you think would go with that? Do you see a picture that could go with that? I see a picture that could go with that. What about the one that the witch is there and she's stirring the pot? She's making a new potion. Let's put that one, let's glue that in the first box, the top box, okay? She's making a new potion. There's my picture. She's making a new potion. Yeah, she's making a new potion. Okay, the next part reads, suddenly a blackbird with an orange beak came into the witch's kitchen. The witch saw it and started to follow it. She used her magical powers on the bird, but she failed. Which one would that be? Which one would that be? Do you see the one that she's following the bird and she's using her zapping fingers? Yeah, that's glue the one that she's got her zapping powers. That goes in the second one. That's the picture for our second one. Okay, so now I have two pictures down. Now I have two pictures glued down. Okay. Then the last part says, the bird started to fly as fast as it could and went away. The poor witch sat on a rock and started to cry because she couldn't find her new potion. Or she couldn't finish her new potion. And there she is. She's sitting there pouting. She's crying. So let's put this picture on the last one. Let's put this picture on the last one. So now I have my three pictures. There's my three pictures. I have my story in order. I sequenced it. I put my pictures on it. My paper doesn't want to stay down. Okay. Now we have some words. Let's cut out our words. Carefully cut out the 4 words, okay? We didn't cut them all out at once because I didn't want you to lose anything. So, let's cut out the 4 words. And cut them apart. Okay. We have our 4 words. The first one is this one. It says, The Unlucky Witch. That's the title of our story. The Unlucky Witch. So we're going to glue that at the top of our page. Okay? I'll show you. Right at the top. The Unlucky Witch. We just added the title to our story. The Unlucky Witch. Glue it to the top. That's okay. Yeah, just go across it. Yeah, that's good. Glue it down. Yep. Okay. Now, they did not use the word beginning. Okay, they did not use the word beginning. So, they used the word initial. Starts with that I. Initial. That's the same as the word beginning. It's a synonym. Initial means beginning. So, we're going to glue that with the first part of our story. Okay? That is the initial or the beginning. See? The initial part or the beginning part. Okay, we have 2 words left. The next one is the middle part. So let's get the word that says middle. Starts with our M. Middle. And we're going to glue that one in the middle. Because that's what it says, middle. That's our middle part of our story. That's the middle part of our story. Okay? Does it start with the M? Yeah. Okay, and then, I'll put that one up there. The last word we have is end. Starts with that E, the ending, the end. And we're going to glue that in our last box, the end. Okay? End goes at the end.
And
And that is our reading story for today. We had to cut them all apart. We had to read it to see what came first, what was in the middle, and what was at the end. And then we added our pictures and our words. Okay? So, you can do all of that. I know you'll do a good job. Make sure your name is on it. I will talk to you in just a little bit. Bye-bye.